Okay, so what if your body, society, and, well, the entire universe were all running on the same basic software? Today, we're going to dive into a pretty wild idea that connects our own consciousness to the cosmos itself, all through the concept of automation.
This question right here, it's really the heart of everything we're talking about today. Now, on the surface, it sounds like something out of a biology textbook, right? But as you're about to see, this one simple question scales up to explain, well, almost everything, from our social structures all the way to the nature of time itself.
So here's our game plan. We're going to start with the basic building blocks of life, then we'll scale that idea way up to the cosmic level, and then we're going to bring it all right back home to what this all means for you, for your consciousness, and for your freedom.
All right, first up, to really get this, you've got to wrap your head around one central metaphor. Just imagine for a second that everything, and I mean everything, from a single cell in your hand to the entire universe, is basically a kind of living, thinking organism. That's the foundation for everything else we'll discuss.
Okay, so how does this giant organism actually function? Well, it's all about something called system flow. You can think of it like the universe's operating system. It's the background code where all these little individual parts, cells, atoms, whatever, are constantly computing and reacting to things around them. And together, they create this big, beautiful, orchestrated result.
And this quote just nails it. Your body isn't really one single thing. It's this massive, sprawling collection of tiny, automated machines all humming along together. And our consciousness, that's the special sauce. It's like the CEO sitting in the corner office, the one unique layer that gets to have some control over the whole operation.
All right, now let's zoom out. We've established the body as an organism made of cells. So what happens if we take that exact same blueprint and apply it to all of human society?
And the comparison is, well, it's pretty striking when you look at it this way, right? A heart cell does one thing, a brain cell does another. They're specialized, and so are we. We become doctors, artists, engineers, teachers. From this perspective, a job isn't just a job. It's your specialized function that helps keep the whole organism, society, running smoothly.
And listen, this isn't just some abstract philosophical thought experiment. No way. The real-world implications are huge, like straight out of a sci-fi movie. I mean, could we literally program a plant to grow into a perfect pot? Or engineer bacteria to produce some rare chemical we need? If we can tap into this natural automated flow, that's the kind of power we're talking about.
All right, buckle up, because this is where things get really, really interesting. We're going to do a little thought experiment. Forget everything you know about time moving forward. What if we could hit rewind on the entire universe? What would that actually look like?
Now, here's the kicker. According to this worldview, a universe in reverse wouldn't just be a chaotic mess of things unhappening. It would actually look like it was thinking. Like some giant cosmic intelligence was deliberately cleaning things up, decreasing all the randomness, and putting everything back exactly where it belongs.
And this example with the marbles just makes it so clear. So, step 1. You drop a bowl of marbles. They scatter everywhere. Randomness goes up. That's our normal experience of time, right? But if you run the film backward, step 2, it's like energy is flowing back into them, perfectly guiding each one. And the result, step 3, isn't just a simple rewind. It looks like an invisible hand is intentionally placing every single marble right back in the bowl. It looks like thought.
Okay, wow. So we've gone from the tiniest cell all the way out to the edge of the universe and back. Let's bring this right back down to Earth. What does all this talk about automation and flow mean for you and me, for our own minds?
And this is a really important point. The idea here is that automation is not about being lazy. It's about liberation. Think about it. Every single task you can outsource, whether it's getting your groceries delivered or using AI to solve a problem, that's mental RAM you've just freed up. Your brain doesn't have to waste cycles on the boring stuff, which lets your consciousness focus on, well, bigger things. Creativity, spirituality, just being in the moment. The source material actually takes this idea to its logical extreme with this proposal for a kind of ultimate activity tracker. I mean, imagine a device that logs everything. What you eat, where you go, how you work, the whole shebang. It's basically an external hard drive for your life. And the point isn't surveillance. The goal is to completely offload the mental burden of managing your day-to-day, freeing your consciousness to truly live it.
Okay, so finally, we have to talk about the politics of all this. Because if society really is this one big system, this organism, you have to ask, who's pulling the levers?
And what does freedom even mean if we're all just cogs in the machine?
And this is where the worldview gets a little darker. The argument being made is that things like power and money act as the actual control mechanisms in the system. They allow the flow of the older generation to basically dictate the entire fate and opportunity set of the next one.
But then, and this is a really fascinating twist, right after that pretty sharp critique, we get this, a complete pivot to seeing the entire world as innocent, which is a total 180, right? It creates this incredible tension. How can the world be this cold, mechanical system of control and also be fundamentally innocent at the exact same time?
This slide really lays out a pretty bleak picture of what freedom means in this context. For the young, freedom is described as just losing life. But for the old, it's the very shackles they use to control the young. So in this system, freedom isn't some noble universal ideal. It's a tool of control, maybe even a trap disguised as a gift.
Which brings us to our final parting thought. As our world gets more and more automated, as we offload more of our minds to technology, we're left with this really powerful question. To survive in this world of systems and flows, do we have to start feeding our souls with the artificial? It's a question about what it truly means to be human in a world that's becoming more and more like a machine.